He was doing okay, I mean, considering. Okay, so it says the new video is starting. It's gonna be cut off right here. Guess part three. This is part three, Wednesday, October 28th. No, September 28th, 2022. Part three or part four? I don't know. Confessions. Confessions of what's it called? Chicken hawk. You guys are gonna have a good laugh if anybody ever finds this thing. Gonna be like, so I always, because well, I'm not gonna say exactly why, but for whatever reason, I was always very, very cautious, with involvements, because I know also that statistics show that you know there's such thing as passionate or passion crimes, whatever they call it. So like, I mean, and I know that's cheating. I know I was cheating. I know that's not life with a script, but and I also know it's not just passion crimes like they call it. They call it passion crimes, as in passion fruits, right? You know, um, there's also the mouth, the mouth that feminism tell us, like nobody can touch you, nobody can like whatever, it's like, and I put my life at risk, not with a sexual partner, but when I used to go to those protests and stuff like that, I used to get, you know, just police or whatever person, just come and attack the protest. I used to be like, as if I was like, shit, I could get, punch a couple of my teeth out. And I was like, and I still, in retrospective, I say, what made me think that I was immune or something? Something along the lines happened in Chile, in South America, where tons of women became blind in the protests because they thought it was like, I think it was the same thing. Of course, I didn't talk to them, but I feel like, how are you going to go about it? And then especially after you see that they're throwing these bullets, rubber bullets, and you don't got protected gear, at least your sunglasses or something, and there's a lot in the hundreds. I know it sounds funny, right? I mean, like, but that's how they make us. They make us, not to to be realistic. And I hate that word because it comes from royalty. The royalty, the landlords. Um, so it's it was crazy. It's an adrenaline rush, but I could have definitely could have been knocked out. And the reason I say that because men, especially the men of color, whatever, are not Buddha because nobody actually taught them about you know anything. Nobody taught these men, hey, pick your battles, don't get engaged. There's tons of people out there that they just want to see you out of character, and even a lot of young men die, in their early age because they go like saying stuff, and then the other person you are calling names, they actually, are human beings. And like I said, they are not Buddhist, so they're most likely gonna lose it. Most likely they're gonna lose it. That shit is dangerous. And that shit is dangerous. So let's just say, the last 10 years since I had my epiphany, whatever, I try like, okay, watch my words, and I have had to apologize. Like, shit, that was below the belt. That was like, thank God, a lot of men now are simps. Otherwise, I'd be dead. You're talking to a man like that. It's like I don't expect. I mean, I don't say that's right. I don't say that's right, but I can say, like if a man is already altered, I don't know, just sometimes hooch, sometimes just life. And we see that they are like, we see them sometimes in the street that they're like, you're not gonna go and like confront them. It's like because they don't need much to get triggered because they're already triggered. They're already been triggered and they're already like, and sometimes we go like, hey, but blah blah blah, you ain't shit, whatever. Yeah, I mean, definitely slap because we're in the third dimension. Everything is cause and effect. Everything is cause and effect. I can choose to put my high heels, go out, bar hopping, get drunk, and what's gonna happen? I don't even want to think about it. I think the least that can happen is that I'm gonna break a leg, gonna break my ankle. Actually, that shit actually happened to me in 2000, 2000, 2001. And I think it was the year 2000. That's how I started the century. And I remember I was going downstairs in a bar, in a club actually, and they had carpet in the staircase. So I tripped. And because of the carpet, my foot got stuck and I broke my foot, my fibula. I needed surgery. I needed, a screw for a whole year. And I got the best doctor, thanks to my dad. God bless you, Dad. But yeah, it was a year since he died, and I still owe him a bottle of tequila. I promised him, and now I don't have a dime. Now that I remember, I don't have a dime. Like okay, I gotta remember when I have money. Um, yeah, to remind me, I gotta get $1 for tomorrow's bagel if I come out. If I come out, otherwise I can always boil a pot of beans, and I love it. And so going back to the situation room, so I came back to the gay app, and somehow I was able to find him, or he found me. That's another question, like how. Yeah, because when you, oh, because no, did I actually get to see any of his messages? No. When you delete the app, you delete everything, because actually the the good Christians, they ask you if you want to back up your conversations on the app, but you know who, right? The G, the double O, the L, and the E, and I was like, I don't want to have no business with those people, which I know I have tons already, and I don't even know it because there's no way, One time I messed up one of the Obama phones because, I deleted the wrong app and that shit died. It should just die. There's no way. There's no way a phone can work without any other products. So how will we gain contacted again? I think I put it on the favorites. I think the favorites they do stay. At least some of them, they, whatever. Or he saw me and he contact. I don't know. No, I think I told him, hey, it didn't work out. It didn't work out. I said, you know. So we went back to texting because this gentleman don't want to give me his phone number. I mean, like right there, that's now it's a red flag. I mean, I'm speaking up and I can hear myself, you know, sounding like a total idiot, right? But then again, you know, a lot of people they don't understand, you know, not everything is about, you know, sound logic when you are a female. You know, it's just there's some things that a lot of things have been accomplished on feeling, on a gut instinct. A lot of positive things. So, I mean, for a man, it's a disaster, right? But if you got estrogen, you got no choice. Sooner or later, you're gonna make a decision out of emotionality, and from that, it's a matter of really, I mean, knowing yourself, your body, to see if it's this real, if it's not real. Not just because it's a it's because not a God instinct, because God instinct is always right. At least we know that, but emotions, you know. Anyway, that's another total. That's a different ticket. You gotta buy another ticket for that. That's what we say in Mexico. Uh, so we started, you know, the back and forth, and oh, by the time, you know, I noticed that he was 2,200 miles away because he confronted me, say like we were supposed to go to the beach together, and you know, like, and then he said you deleted the app, you know. So, you know, I mean, it's not like a confrontation because he already knew that it was because I thought I was going back. So, and I told him, you know, what beach you talking about? You are okay. No, that's another notification. Yeah, I always got it on battery saving. Why you got a problem with that? I don't need that anyway. They always give me that alert. You know, obviously, you know, they're like there might be something about it that anyway. So, and I say, what beach in Dubai? Because I thought he went back to India because I don't know where is India, how far it is. He said, he said, I'm in Vegas. He said, I'm in Vegas. I'm not in India. So it's like, I'm like, oh gosh. You know, the plot thickens, right? So he spent like a whole month in Vegas doing what? Who knows? Only God knows. But I mean, I noticed that because the app also tell you some things. Like he, like the other day, he spent like 4 days away from the app because it tell you it's like Instagram tell you in the messenger. You know, all these customer have not been on this app for 10 years. So that's how you know, like, oh, I'm in that account. You know, whatever. You know. So I noticed that he goes sometimes 4 days. So I know he's not the typical youngster, you know. So I know it's like, you know, that's, you know, I think women gonna understand all these espionage techniques, you know, that we develop. But so yeah, I'm intrigued, you know, like, so I gotta say, you know, at his age, I was bouncing off the walls, literally. I'm like, I gotta say it. I gotta say it. I mean, so something back. So there's been some red flags and there's been some green flags, right? Who is this man? This young man that, you know, he just, I mean, because you see, like the other gays, you pop up, like if I was to turn it on, like I can't because the Obama phone, they block all these kind of applications. So, but if I was to, I can see the same guy always there. You go like, so you got intrigued, who's this guy, and then, like talk like different. Of course, he's from India, so I mean, like, what do I expect? So, and in retrospect, I believe that we clicked as non-Westerners, even when I'm Mexican. I'm supposed to be 100% Westernized because Mexico is in the West. But I mean, now, I don't know. I left in 1989. I left in 1989, so I can tell you, Mexico was not a Westernized country. You know, we got our own, and you know, and that's how I always noticed. That was one of the first things I noticed when I came to the United States. I noticed I can click with anybody, like have, conversations, everything except the crackers. That was like my first, I think that was my first thing that stuck up. Okay, there's something going on here. But I don't want to, you got to buy another ticket for that one, you know. Um, so, well, okay, long story short, um, now it's been like 2 weeks. How long has it been since we broke up? Like 3 weeks since I broke up with my now ex nothing, because we was never anything. So, but there was something there. There was something there, that kept us coming back for almost 6 years, right? And so it came to a point, like after like a week or so, I told him off. I kind of like told him off. I wish I could read it to you. uh, but I told him, listen, I'm like, so I always saw myself like, being with a man that, have his own wife, mistresses, and then, some exotic pet, of course, with an emotional connection. Otherwise, there's absolutely nothing. I'm not just gonna be a kept bitch, like that. No, no, we will have to have like something that he cannot find someplace else, or do he want to have, I don't know, something more exotic, whatever. Of course, a lot of guys, they don't think I'm exotic no more because I'm post-op. I got all my surgeries, so which is great. I mean, like it's like in the movies, having a crucifix for the vampires. You go like, and they go away. In the summertime, because that's gay beach, so I used to lay down, to spread my legs. They never got close. They never got close. That was good. That was good. There was one that is my neighbor, and I say, "Oh, I saw you at the beach, but I saw you was asleep." Yeah, of course I think I'm asleep. to be bothered. That's why I bring my music. I don't want to hear the whatever. Just the ocean and my music, and that's it. I go all the way at the end of the beach. That's. I was, why are you alone over here? It's like, duh, take a hint. And that's why I tell the guys, oh, can I sit down? It's like, don't you see I'm at the end by myself? There's nobody around. So, so I told him off. I say, like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, like, because he like give me all these compliments. You know, I send him we exchange some pictures, and I'm like, oh my god, blah blah. And I don't know, some men they just have a taste for I don't even know what. To me, it's kind of like I always second guess it. I always like the compliments because I mean you gotta go there. You gotta go there. Is this a gay guy? Whatever that. Um, he's seen pictures of my surgery, and he say he love it. He's like, oh my god, it looks so good, whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, the other guys they didn't say that. But once in a while, you can tell that he's been hanging around gay guys because he throw, you know, a word or two. And I told him, don't do that. Don't say that shit. And I told him, why you got me here? You give me compliments, and he's always saying like, oh, you're looking for a boyfriend. You're looking for like whatever. So it's like, I say, how am I gonna be looking for a boyfriend in a gay application? Please, I'm not that crazy. So, I'm just giving you some context. So when I tell you the punchline, you have a good laugh. So, um, so him being in Vegas all this time, he actually just came back on Sunday actually, or Saturday night, I guess. So being in Vegas all this time, so the communication was very limited. Um, it was like the hour difference. He will like he only like texts at night or whatever, which is a positive thing. I guess he probably have a job or something to do during the daytime. So he's not in the application all day like the other ones, unless that he got another profile that I don't know about, right? I don't know. You got to think about all this stuff, Just, um, anyway, so before actually, yeah, that was like actually the week before he came back to New York City. So so it was right there, that I told him off. I said, "What are you doing?" Because you tell me all these compliments that like whatever, blah blah blah, and you know you don't want to give me the phone number. And I know, and he always said this, because he said it before. He said it several times. He want to meet up in person and to see if we click, whatever. He's a effing player, I mean, like, and and I'm like, all this time I'm like looking at myself in the mind and saying, like, what the f am I doing? But then again, it's like looking for, whatever. I'm looking to buy mangoes at the hardware store, right? I don't know. Uh, oh my God, that was kind of like a crazy analogy, right? But or similar, whatever they call it. So I was very hard. I was very hard, telling me it's just like, if you really like me, why you have me in this app? And he answered, because I'm getting to know you. And I told you again, when we meet up in person, if you still like me, I'll give you my phone number. It's like, I'm like, so, by the way, one of the latest tricks of the mind is, to go, when I'm actually downtown, whatever, or in Brooklyn, to turn on the app on the Wi-Fi's and look for tourists, because now the mind have said, oh, maybe if we find a nice, tourist that is not crazy like the ones over here, you can have a nice, you know, flirt, like a summer fling, whatever, Nothing. I really didn't find no tourists no more. They're not coming. I Oh, this is recording. Yeah, I used to find like fun tourists, not in that app. I don't know where they are. So, but it's just like I can tell you that the tricks of the mind to make an excuse to go back to the application. Actually, last night, before I started talking to my friend, there was this Italian guy. He say he was a flight attendant, and he actually offered me money. And I say no, 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 because I put in the profile, I say capital letters, absolutely no hookups, absolutely no hookups, and like four exclamation points. And I took a screenshot and I made it in bold, you know, with a jet black background, so the letters come out. So I take a picture and I send it to the guys because it's like you don't read it, post that, and no hookups.